Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm doing a journal process video, so I thought I'd talk you through what I'm doing and explain some of my process. I put a poll out on my Instagram stories yesterday, and this is the one that won, so if you did want to have any say in future videos, then I'll probably be putting it on Instagram. So this is my current journal, and by current I mean the one that I've been using for the past however many years, which isn't quite finished yet. And I wanted to do something which was a bit mixed media and a bit grungy, and it's more like a base page, so I haven't put any journaling or writing in it yet, but it's something that when I feel like writing I can come back to and add it in, because I just wanted to do a bit of collage and something a bit arty in the spread without the writing part. So these papers are just from my collection, so I have a big box of journaling supplies which has a lot of cutouts from magazines and books and old vintage papers that I've collected from charity shops and places like that. I thought it was a bit harsh having the dark colour on the background, so I'm using Gesso, which is I think it's just a white paint, but it dries matte so you can add stuff over the top. And the brush that I used gave a streaky effect, so one of my favourite techniques to do in my journal is to use an old gift card or a piece of cardboard and just scraping it over the top, which gives me that nice texture. I'm just using some supplies which I got recently from AliExpress. So it came in this little pouch and it had two little pads which have tear off pages, which kind of look like old receipts or ledger pads almost, and some blank sheets which have dates on, and like a calendar template, and some tiny little washies. So I'm just adding those in and then going through my box of journaling bits and finding what I want to add to the page. I don't know what I'm looking for at this point. I'm just looking for things that take my fancy and that I think will add some colour to the page, because at the moment it's a bit monotone. So I took one of the sheets from the AliExpress ledger pad and then added a doily in at the bottom just to bring in sort of like the blues and greens tones, and then from that I found a few other bits which I thought would go with it. The stamps are just old stamps, so my dad collects stamps and sometimes he gets a lot of older used ones, and so I have quite a few of those in my stash, and I like adding those to the page just to add a bit of interest. This tiny little book was again from AliExpress, and they're kind of like vellum. It's got printed pictures on. You can't see it as well in the video, but I think they're quite nice just as a layering piece. And the little collage of the two little children sat on the edge there was cut from a book, similar to this sign which I'm doing now. This is just a book which I picked up from a car boot sale a few years ago, and I really like vintage signs, so I just cut that up and added it in. And I'm just using PVA to glue everything in. Usually I use double-sided or Pritt stick, but as this was a mixed media piece I thought it would work well, especially as there's quite a few elements and I want it all to stay stuck. The sign was quite obvious, so I've added a layer of gesso again over the top just to pare it back, because I didn't want it to be the main focal point of the page. Again, I'm going through a little box of my journaling supplies and adding this I am enough sticker, which had the little bit of blue on there. And finally, I'm just adding in some pencil because I wanted it to be a bit rough and ready, and I like the way that brings in a bit more texture onto the page, as well as again the blue and green tone. And having it on both pages also ties it in together to make it quite a cohesive spread. So this is the finished spread. Made quite a bit of a mess on my desk, as you can see here, which I always do, but I hope you enjoyed watching this video and enjoyed seeing my process, and if you want to see more then please hit subscribe and let me know down below in the comments. Thanks for watching, see you later.